I think it's time we blow this scene. Get everybody in the stuff together. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
The original Fantastic Four comic run by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby is regarded by many to be a masterclass comic of the era. Why is that so? It is so because of the amazing pages by Jack Kirby and the interesting story by Stan Lee. This comic is so interesting in my opinion because of the family dynamic these characters have. The basic premise, if you haven't read it already, is that a group of astronauts fly a spaceship in hopes of reaching Mars, but after entering the cosmic storm area of the atmosphere, their ship crash lands back onto Earth. Along with this, the cosmic energy gives them superpowers. Although outlandish in concept, I would argue the really interesting part comes from when it's not a fantasy story. What Stan Lee does is he takes these characters and places them in the real world. What would it be like shopping for clothes when you're just a big rock? How would you act differently if you could go invisible? What he does is not just put them in scenarios, but through those scenarios, he reminds us that these people are human, which in turn makes them easier to relate to. Although a great comic, I wouldn't recommend it to everyone. Think of it this way. Imagine you make this really good broccoli, but in essence, it's still broccoli, and some people just don't like broccoli. This comic can feel a bit corny at times, seeing as its main demographic is children 8 to 12. It's not specifically challenging to read, and there's not any sort of profound message trying to be said, but that's alright. What matters is before the times of modern superheroes, this book gave its target audience of 8 to 12-year-old boys a story to latch onto. A story about insecurities, a story about family, a story about being different in a world that hates different, and now a story about how we can take those things and use them for good. All in all, if you can get past some of the corniness of the 60s and a few outlandish and sometimes comical storylines, The Fantastic Four is a great read and I would tell you to give it a shot. You might like it. Anyway, stay safe and happy March.